Hey everybody, it's Mitch and welcome to my next video. Today is Saturday, which means it's time for another Naruto character review. And today we are going to be talking about Sarutobi Hiruzen. Now, as everyone knows, he is the third Hokage. Not much is known, well, it's not really super revealed that his name is actually Hiruzen. That's something that's kind of under the radar big time. But yes, that is definitely his name there. Let's jump into this. Now, the third Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen, when he was a kid, he actually trained under the second Hokage as well as the first Hokage, both Hashirama Senju and Tobirama Senju. And he actually had a partner alongside him, another shinobi that was, he worked very closely with, and that was Danzō, actually. Yes, he worked very closely with Danzō Shimura. And, the two developed something of a rivalry, something of a common theme in Naruto, I know. I'm well aware. So those two, they formed their little rivalry. Danzō in the dark, Sarutobi in the light. And that's kind of how they form everything. Sarutobi eventually becomes the third Hokage. Danzō forms the Root Division of the Anbu Black Ops, the Foundation, which gets disbanded, but it still kind of goes on in the secret even afterwards. All that's going on. At one point, Danzō forces Sarutobi to step down after the Nine-Tails incident. Oh no, was that after the Nine-Tails incident? It was. I forget which incident it was. He forced Sarutobi to step down. And that's when the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze, took over as Hokage. Danzō tried to become Hokage at this point, but it didn't exactly work out in Danzō's favor. Danzō had a hard time pulling that one off. But Sarutobi, he also, he's got some family members. He's got Asuma, his son, Asuma Sarutobi, and his grandson, Konohamaru. Now, Konohamaru and Asuma are uncle and nephew, so clearly he must have had another child somewhere in there that was either the brother or sister of Asuma, and also the parent of Konohamaru, most likely brother, seeing as the clan name stayed the same. So, not necessarily the case. There are certainly cases of people taking their mother's name, like Naruto, but yes. So that's an interesting one. They never really reveal exactly how that works, like if there's another sibling in there. So that's kind of cool. It's something of a mystery there. Let's see, what else is there about the third Hokage? He had some students of his own. His students were actually Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru. As I mentioned in another one of my videos a little bit, but yes, he had those three as his students. They all went on to become the legendary Sanin. Tsunade actually was the granddaughter of the first Hokage, his former teacher. Orochimaru, very gifted shinobi. Jiraiya, not so much at first, but he went on to become a very gifted shinobi. He was actually the one that Hiruzen did not actually pay a lot of attention to, because he didn't think he had to. He didn't see a lot of potential in Jiraiya, but he was wrong. Jiraiya did some pretty awesome things. And Hiruzen, he was also known as he had like a fancy title, the professor, because he knew like all the jutsu of the hidden leaf. Like, this guy knew every single jutsu, which is ridiculous. Knowing every single jutsu, that's insane. But he did it. Let's see, what else did Hiruzen have? This guy was crazy. Like, he had a substantial amount of jutsu and everything. Like, this guy was really good. He tried to take down Orochimaru a few times, but he never really had the will to do it. Like, he just couldn't bring himself to do it. He couldn't believe that Orochimaru could have been that evil. Then he finally had an opportunity later where he did have the will to do it after Orochimaru really sunk low and attacked the entire Leaf Village. But unfortunately, by this point, Orochimaru had gone too strong for him, and he wasn't able to actually defeat Orochimaru. He ended up dying in the process. That was in Naruto, of course, after the Leaf Village, well, while the Leaf Village was being destroyed during the Chunin, well, at the end of the Chunin exams. So, yeah, that was pretty intense. He ended up dying, which was pretty sad. But he took Orochimaru's arms with him. Now later, you see him come back in the form of a reanimation, which is pretty cool to see. That was much later into Shippuden. He basically tells some stories, explains his perspective of things, because he's seen a lot of things the first and second Hokage haven't. So he's able to tell some things to Sasuke when Sasuke's questioning the Hokage, which are all reincarnated. So that's kind of an interesting little scene there. The third really doesn't have a ton to bring to the table. It's mostly the first Hokage that does a lot of the talking, the second as well, at least a bit of it. But the first is controlling most of it. The fourth Hokage has very little to say in the matter. So yeah, the fourth Hokage is really out of loop. He didn't have office for very long, and he died young. So then let's see. But yeah, you see him fight a bit in the Third Great Ninja War, the Fourth Great Ninja War. He does his part. He puts up that barrier, but you don't see a ton from him, to be honest. But he's there. He's doing his thing. And as a reanimation, he's not actually hit by the Infinite Tsukuyomi. It doesn't affect him for some reason. Most likely the whole reanimation thing. But yeah, and you don't really see, when he gets reanimated, he doesn't really meet any of his family members. Like, his Asuma's already dead by this point, and his reanimation's been taken care of. And he just doesn't run into Konohamaru or Kurenai. So I don't know if I'm still watching it, so I don't know. Maybe Shikamaru explains to him that Kurenai is pregnant with his next grandson. I don't know if that comes up or not, but possibly, maybe. That'd be kind of cool. Not super cool, but it'd be good to see. But anyways, third Hokage, great guy. He always looked after Naruto. He always, was the defender of the village. He did a lot of great things. He taught Asuma that the thing you need to protect most is the children of the Leaf Village, which was passed on to Shikamaru, and Shikamaru's done a pretty good job of passing that along. So he's really he was responsible for really pushing to the next generation the whole Will of Fire thing. Bringing that on, making people protect the leaf. He really did a big part in shaping how the village is. He really did. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about Sarutobi Hiruzen down in the comments below, the old third Hokage. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. Also, if you enjoyed this video, consider sharing it with your friends, because maybe they'd enjoy it too. Also, if you haven't already, consider subscribing, because we do one of these videos every Saturday. Plus, on Friday we do a couple Dungeons & Dragons videos. We have a Dungeons & Dragons story video on Thursday. I talk a little bit about myself on Wednesday. And then Sunday we do some talk on Pokemon. And we do videos on Monday as well. So we got a whole bunch of videos for you guys. So definitely subscribe and check out all of that. But anyways, as always, I'm Mitch, and I'll be seeing you